Hey guys, this is Nick from th8, and today we're going to take a look at a how-to tutorial on doing a variation on the goWiVe, goWiVaPe. So pretty much taking out a P.E.K.K.A. and replacing it with some Valks, usually in the clan castle. So this was my attack against them. So first off, let's stop and let's compare Valkyries and P.E.K.K.A. So both of them are generally used as tanking units. We'll be comparing three P.E.K.K.A. or three Valks against one P.E.K.K.A. because that's about how much housing space they take up. When you're dealing with level 1 P.E.K.K.A. versus level 1 Valk and level 2 P.E.K.K.A. versus level 2 Valk, their sum total health is about the same. The three Valkyrie will have combined a little less health than the P.E.K.K.A. They'll do a little more damage at levels 1 and 2. And then at level 3, 4, and 5, the P.E.K.K.A. takes off and starts becoming much more powerful than the Valkyrie. So if they do more damage, why don't we usually use Valks in battle? And that's because the P.E.K.K.A., A, it's got a little more health, and B, only one troop has that health. So P.E.K.K.A. will continue doing very high damage for as long as they're around, so say until they take 3,000 damage. However, the Valkyrie, they have much less HP. They only have about 1,000 each. So one Valkyrie goes down, all of a sudden you're losing 100 damage per second. So in general, I prefer P.E.K.K.A. because they last a little bit longer and they keep doing damage for a little bit longer. But Valkyrie do have some good things about them too. If you can keep them under heal, then that makes up for their slightly smaller amount of health. And the fact that they move faster can also help them stay ahead of your wizards, and so they might be better tanking units in some particular scenarios. So the reason I chose to put Valks in the clan castle here is because the previous attack showed that this big old yellow portion was entirely Teslas. 3 Teslas, I think there were 2 level 4s and then 1 level 3. And I honestly didn't think a P.E.K.K.A. in the core could take that. So instead, I decided to substitute out a P.E.K.K.A. You can see I've only got 1 on the bottom. And in the clan castle, there are 3 max Valkyries. So let's take a look at the attack as it starts. First off, with Valkyrie, you need to make very certain that all the trash buildings are gone. So you can see I dropped a wizard down here, a wizard here. I dropped my 2 golems in the middle. Notice I'm spreading them out. And then I decided to drop the wall breakers. What I was trying to do here is create a path for the golems. When you've got 2 golems, you want them to be spread out because then they'll provide more cover for your damage dealing wizards in the back. So what I was trying to do with those wall breakers, it didn't really happen very well, is I sent 4 in this way. I wanted 2 to take out that wall and 2 to take out that wall. And then I set in 4 over here. I wanted them to take out this wall and this wall. However, I messed up the timing a little bit on the top side. 3 of the wall breakers flew at once here, which meant that this wall breaker that just died didn't have enough damage to take out that wall completely, although it didn't go in the right direction. And down south, instead of going further in, the 2 wall breakers just went and blew up in that compartment. But in general, the golems are still doing a good job. They're still very spread out. This golem over here is going to go in that direction. Maybe I'll use a different color, so that golem's going to go in that direction. This golem's going to go this way. And you can see I just dropped my Valkyrie because I've gotten rid of all these trash buildings. So I know that the Valkyrie will just go straight into the core. So I'm at a good spot so far. My wizards haven't really had a chance to catch up and get to the core. I've got a heal spell where I know the Valks are going to go and where the golems take in the heat from the clan castle troops, and the wizards are going to get there soon. So in general, the attack's going pretty well so far. The golem explodes even under those heals, but we managed to take out the CC troops. So the Valkyrie start to go off down the side. And one of the things with Valkyrie is, A, you want to try to keep them under heal, but B, you want that heal to be able to help your other units as well. So you can see that I've gotten two main branches going here so far. I meant to drop my king, and I think he's the next troop I'm going to drop into the middle. And then I'm saving this P.E.K.K.A. because I want to see which way my force goes. If a more dangerous part of my force ends up going down this side in this corridor, then I'm going to drop the P.E.K.K.A. on this side. So that way we've got a set of tanks on either side, and then our damage dealing units on both sides are better protected. As it was, I ended up dropping him on this side and going down as my tanks were going around inside here. So that was a good use of the P.E.K.K.A. I kept him out of the middle, kept him away from those Teslas, but he was still doing an excellent job of tanking for my damage dealing units. Also important, notice that I haven't dropped all of my wizards. I've dropped a little more than half of them, but you can see right now I've got plenty. I've got, maybe I've got 5 over here. I've got, I think, about 5 or 6 here. I've got 1 down here clearing this way out. So there is no need for me to drop the rest of my wizards, and that way if these suckers die off from splash damage, I have more to drop. So let's keep that attack going. I drop another heal, both because the Valkyrie are in there, and also because I was figuring the wizards would soon enter into that area. Yeah, so you can see some of the wizards are benefiting. Giant Bomb took out a few of my troops. I'm going to use that final heal again to do double duty. So you can see it's helping to heal up the Valks here in the middle, and it's also keeping my wizards and golems safe over here. So at this point, we're doing pretty good. My king came in here to replace the golems that have died off. So I've got another tank out front. I've got these tanks still, and I've still got 2 or 3 Valks, which is going to be big later on. Because they're going to continue to help tank for the wizards. I've also dropped another tank out here. So I'm going to have a tank on either side, and these defenses in the middle don't stand a chance against my wizards. So get that special effect for the king, get some extra troops out there, and really from here on out, it's kind of history. You can see even at this point, I haven't used up all of my wizards or my archers. Also, I made a mistake. I meant to drop the heal spell. But that's important because I've gotten enough tanks to protect my wizards. Look how many I've still got here. And you can see over here, this cannon, yes, he's targeting my wizards. He's starting to take them out. But the Valkyrie is doing exactly the tanking job we want her to do. She's directing the attention of this archer tower to her. The P.E.K.K.A. is doing a good job of directing the attention of that archer tower over there. So I do have some wizards that are taking hits. But see that Valkyrie also goes down around here. And so again, it's doing an excellent job of moving quickly and tanking to keep my wizards alive as long as possible. So at this point, there's no hope for this base. I've still got a tanking unit up here. I've still got my Valkyrie tanking unit there. Another nice thing about Valkyrie is that they move so fast they can set off spring traps and not necessarily get killed off by them if they keep on going. And that's all she wrote. So in summary, in general, P.E.K.K.A. seemed to be a more durable troop than the Valkyrie. However, if you can keep the Valkyrie under heal, and especially if there are issues like, for example, those 3 Teslas all grouped together, that would just be deadly for any P.E.K.K.A. I tried to put in the middle. Valkyrie can be a good option. Remember to clear out all of those trash units or all those trash buildings first, otherwise your Valkyrie will try to escape and go around the outside. And, you know, whenever you're doing an attack like this, try to keep your tanking units spread out. So, you know, the reason my wizards lasted so long was because they were behind tanking units. And the reason my tanking units lasted for as long as they did was because there was actual damage-dealing units behind them quickly destroying buildings so that they were able to last longer. Good combination. Hopefully this is a variation on the goWiVe that we can try to integrate into future attacks.